Okay, it's the fourth one. We're in uncharted territory now. Anything could happen. Things might get crazy. Who knows? Let's dig in. Okay, so this one's about a paranormal investigator, and he gets 3 new cases to solve, to basically debunk. And based on a few things I saw online, I thought the main guy was gonna be played by Martin Freeman, but apparently not. I guess they just used him as a familiar face for promotional stuff. It felt a little bit misleading, but hey, he's in the movie, so. And the movie is pretty well made, and it's basically an anthology with 3 separate little horror stories that kinda tie together. All 3 have different casts, and they all take different approaches, so it doesn't feel like you're watching the same kind of scenario play out over and over. I thought it was pretty well done. Kept it interesting, but what I liked the most about it was fairly subtle. Not that many jump scares, and they understood that less is usually more when it comes to creepy stuff. And it had a few twists and turns up its sleeve too. A couple of surprises. It also got pretty weird at the end. But I thought the acting was good, especially the kid in part 2. I think he's been in Black Mirror. Anyway, he's great. It's a pretty out there performance, but I liked it. Overall, I thought the movie was fine. Sufficiently creepy. Nothing mind-blowing, but good. So would I recommend it? Sure, it's fine. So this is basically a love story between an aging actress and a younger man, and it keeps jumping back and forth between 79 and 81 when they first met and then quote-unquote present day. And I gotta say, those two, Annette Bening and Jamie Bell, had great chemistry. It really worked. The whole movie was kinda captivating. I looked up at some point and an hour had just flown by. I mean, it's well shot, well written, well acted. It's sweet and kind of moving, really heartfelt, and I don't really have that much to say about it. Oh yeah, one thing. When they went to see a movie at the theater, that was kind of brilliant. The contrast to the kind of stuff she used to star in and the modern movies was pretty stark. I love that little detail. It really showed how much movies changed in just a couple of decades back then. But yeah, it's a fine little movie. Would I recommend it? Sure. So this is a new Netflix movie, and it has a few things going for it. It's made by Tamara Jenkins, who made a little movie called The Savages about 10 years ago. And I liked that movie a lot. And I like Catherine Hahn and Paul Giamatti, so this looked pretty promising. It's about a couple who's been trying to have a kid for years, and it's not really working out. And the whole movie is essentially about them trying to have a kid. And the movie takes a kinda interesting approach to it. I mean, they really get into the details and the nitty-gritty of it. I mean, I know way more about artificial insemination and all of that than I thought I'd ever need now. And they somehow make it interesting and entertaining too. But I wouldn't call this movie hilarious or anything. It's consistently amusing though. And I liked how the story kinda came full circle too, in the end. And you know what else? It actually gave you a reason to sit through the credits. I don't even remember the last time I was given an actual reason to sit through the credits. So that was pretty cool. On a technical level, the movie's great. It looks good, has this kind of clean but warm look to it. I like that a lot. It's well written, a tiny bit long, but the pacing was fine. And I was invested in the story, so that was all good. And I mean, the acting's great too. It's just a really good, solid movie about the struggles of having a kid when you're in your 40s. And I enjoyed it. Would I recommend it? Sure, it's good. So maybe go watch them. Give them a shot. Or don't. I'm not your dad.